Pretty much, yeah. I mean, maybe like with talents or like a Kaya or something, but it's incredibly good for Flesh Sheep versus the Rocket Barrage.
Yep. So a lot of the time in that 1v1 matchup, that Gyrocopter usually wins when he's fighting a hero head on. You know, all of a sudden you're not damaging Pudge at all. So if this is a pause 1 Gyrocopter, we'll probably see it go for that build where you max out flat cannon at 1 point of the homing missile, then put points into stats. It's always super funny to watch that one. It farms up pretty fast as well. They usually just build up like a Chrysalis, Aghanim Scepter, and then go like BKB or Lifesteal after that. But
yeah,
TSM,
minute left for Thunder Awaken, and they end up grabbing themselves a Monkey King, which
there's still flex potential.
Yeah, it's still flex potential with all these picks. Okay, so it isn't telling TSM a lot. Meanwhile, on the side of TSM, you're pretty confident it's going to be Pudge in the safe lane. Pretty confident. Actually, no.
10 seconds.
They've run Pudge on Bryal mid before, haven't they?
I'm sure they have, yeah.
They did this against Quincy Crew, and they lost horribly.
They
almost won. There was like one play they made into the Dire or the Radiant Triangle, where they went too far forward. I think like one thing went critically wrong. They maybe Pudge didn't bite right away. I forget the exact details of what happened, but it was almost a super sick mid-Pudge game before everything fell apart. So I know that Bryal does play this in the mid lane, so there is a little bit of flex potential here still.
What are the odds it's an offlane Pudge? Like 5%?
Yes.
It's
Well,
like
no, not even 5%. I don't think it'll be Saberlight playing this.
I think he wants it. I don't think he's going to get it, but I think he wants it.
Sure, he can want it all he wants. That doesn't mean he's gonna get it. You listen to Captain Moon.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That is true.
And like you said, no one is on his level.
5 seconds remaining.
Oh my! But there are still some bans. We're seeing TSM ban out Ursa, so it seems like they think it's Gyro and Monkey both playing supports, which again definitely possible. Both of these heroes have a lot of flex potential. I mean, if they're feeling real adventurous, they even could put Ember support, which has been done by a number of the SA teams as well. So they've got a lot of options, and they have 24 picks, so they can hold their cards close to their chest, wait until we see this presumably offlane pick from TSM, and then they can counterpick it whenever they want. It's like oh, this hero lane's badly into just say they go and name offlane. It's like, oh, okay, we can go Gyro carry. Say they go say, I don't know, Underlord offlane. We can go Monkey King carry, or then we can pick a new carry. There's a lot of options here.
Yeah. Are you a strong believer in calling it 24 pick instead of 10th pick?
Absolutely, because the thing is, like, there's numbers, right? It goes 1 through 24, where it's 24 pick versus say, I don't know, 22 ban.
Right, and that's what most players call it. But a lot of people who don't play very much Captain's Mode get a little bit confused when you call it 24 pick.
You know, it'd be nice. They should put little numbers on the UI, so that we could tell. Hey,
so that way people don't have to count to 24. Yeah, that's a tall order for Dota players. You're right.
It actually is, unironically.
Wooey.
But what can you do?
Yeah, it would be a damn shame if you guys had to count. Sorry. Badger, you think I was so little of our viewers.
I mean, I know, sometimes 24 is a lot of numbers, you know? And especially with the little horizontal bars. It's hard to tell at a glance sometimes.
Yeah. Okay.
24 is pretty obvious. It's the last one. But say if I asked you, go find 15 right now, how long would it take you to find 15?
It would take me
That's
up
the
until I
point.
have to count to 15.
That's the point, exactly. You have to count. But you know what's easier than counting?
10 seconds
What?
Not
remaining.
counting.
I see.
Five
It looks like TSM will be counting on this Phoenix last pick with the 23 pick here.
And they pick Zeus last on Thunder Awaken, which still doesn't tell us anything until they log. Okay, he's going to be alone on the Zeus, so that will be mid.
Support Ember.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, let's go.
Support Ember and support Gyrocopter.
I am officially excited for this one. I mean, I mentioned it as a possibility. I thought it would be Gyro and Monkey supports, but this is going to be a very interesting situation. It's going to be an Ember Nature's Prophet offlane. We mentioned the interactions between the Rocket Barrage and the Flesh Sheep, but if he's not in the lane, there's no problem in the laning phase.
Yep. Man, this is some real like bell curve Dota shit that we got going on right here. Like a low MMR game, everyone pick carry. Highest MMR game, everyone pick carry, and now they flex them over to support heroes.
you know, if you think about it, the number 100 means two different things: 100 MMR and rank 100. In this case, it's similar drafting outcomes.
That's true. Very true, my friend. But the Pause 5 Gyrocopter has owned. Yeah, Excel's played a lot of it. Panda Boo played a lot of it back in the day as well. I was a big fan of watching him on it.
Love me some Panda Boo.
Yeah, me as
One
well.
of my favorite players, if not my favorite player in the pro scene currently. Big Panda Boo guy.
Yep. Also a big Panda Boo fan. He was trying to figure out where I got the Captain Bamboo plushie that I have. Unfortunately, that is just mine. You cannot have it. And I don't think they sell them anymore either. I asked.
It's okay. We have a plan. So eventually we'll do a heist. We'll go to Vancouver, me and Panda Boo. We'll sneak around. We'll lure you out with props of Burger King, and then we'll take your plushie.
Right, but what's your alibi?
I don't need an alibi.
I see. Well, you've just admitted to doing this in front of like thousands of people, so.
Fair.
I don't think you're getting away with it now.
Will they come after me for about $12 worth of theft? That's the question.
Yes, absolutely. You know, I live in a very high building. I'm not going to dock myself. It's the exact floor I live on, but I live in a very tall building.
I've got like Casco on speed dial. I'm ready to go.
Let me see.
If you are just joining us, though, welcome to game number 3 of TSM taking on Thunder Awaken. TSM took game 1 in pretty fantastic fashion. Thunder Awaken did the same in game 2, and hopefully game 3 proves to be just as great as the first 2, if not better. My name is Badger. Hello, pleased to meet you if you've never heard me before. I'm joined by the very elite, constant mainstay of Pro Series, neph Sensei, and I, for one, am excited.
They simply cannot get rid of me. I am very excited. They've been trying for seasons now, but I keep coming back.
Maybe you're like in the basement of the studio. That's why I can't get rid of you.
I see a, what is it, Arkosh Grumlow situation where they keep me locked up when it's time for Pro Series. They let me out again.
The difference is you're locking yourself up, making sure that you can't leave.
I see. Yes, of course. Not much action here before the rune spawns.
That's a new one. We had some pre-horn action first 2 games, and this time we don't.
Yeah. In the last game, I actually forgot to have the last hit thing open for the first like minute or 2 of the game.
Oh no!
Yeah. It was only like
Lucky
2
there.
minutes. Yeah, very unlucky. So this time I opened it up as soon as the game started.
Very unlucky. Yeah, sounds like a skill issue to me, brother.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Neff.
Drops,
I should have said unlucky.
Yeah. All right. See what Bryle does here. Drops a raise off onto a lone as soon as the landing stage starts, so it forces him to sit a little bit further back. Otherwise, he runs a risk of getting stacked up early on.
And at that point, it's incredibly easy to secure his last. Oh, he missed the last hit.
Yeah, you hate to see it. You really
well,
do.
With the 90 rage damage, it's pretty easy to, or 90 raise damage, it's pretty easy to secure that one. But nobody's perfect.
Yeah.
Not even Bryle.
I mean, he tried to melee it. Only 47 base damage. Not very much, especially for a mid hero. Even with the 3 branches in his inventory. Well, I'm not sure he's going to be able to stack up these raises onto a lone, but we'll see. These other lanes, I mean, you have a potential kill lane down here in the bottom. Pudge and Crystal Maiden. Maybe once you have level 2 on Pudge and you've got Rot, you could try to run down Michael. You probably want level 2 on the CM as well. I don't see why, but for whatever reason, did Moon get a D-ward off at the start?
I don't see anything in the chat. Maybe you got a D9 as ward?
A lot more XP than Budge. I definitely missed that.
There's definitely no ward last hit. It would be in our sidebar, right? And I am not seeing a ward in our sidebar. I'm merely seeing 4 runes.
Yeah.
Okay. I want you to look at what Excel's doing in this lane. He's already used the salve in 2 tangos. He's setting out another salve. He knows his job. It is take damage. So, I mean, he's currently dishing damage out as well. I mean, Ari should be fine here, but he will not be very happy taking this much damage from Gyrocopter.
There's a lot more movement between the Gyrocopter as well, so he's going to continue to run him down. He's only got 1 mango left, though.
You see a number of 4 tinies up for like a boots or a windlace first, but Ari went for the regen based build. And in this exact case, Excel is feasting on it like a moose speed.
Yeah. I mean, definitely a struggle. Mid lane, Bryle, again, not able to get these stacks up onto Lone, it seems like, so he's going to focus on CSing.
He already has 11 Necromastery, so he's getting the souls. He's ready to get some last hits.
Yeah.
I mean, as it currently stands, he's a little bit ahead in CS, but it's a very, very close margin right now. It's 15-3 versus 14-2.
Radiant's
Yep.
courier has
For the
been
top lane, meanwhile, we may have a first blood, or never mind. We have brawling, but no first blood.
Out there. And that Mischief wasn't able to dodge out the tree throw from the Tiny. But yeah, not much action so far. Bottom lane, Tomato's doing just fine. I don't imagine it'll be super easy to find a kill off onto the... Okay, he throws a hook off on a Michael, but man standing his ground. The CA chains off. Moon Meander wasn't in position, so there really wasn't going to be any follow-up for that one.
That's one of those very little tangible gain hooks, but you send a message by doing that. You have to fear the hook. Like, you have to be aware of its ability existing.
Right, you're simply not safe. He puts a third point into the flesh sheets rather than rot. Looks the creep in order to secure that one, so getting himself a little bit of extra XP. Meanwhile, Alone makes a rotation over into the jungle to try to secure the bounty rune and refill his bottle, but isn't able to do so.
Luckily for him, he will get that bottom water rune. He's getting
both,
some
though.
runes. Of course.
Yeah. Hoping to find that. So I guess, again, Moon acknowledging that one moved back earlier. Picks up the bounty rune, stops the Zeus from being able to secure that. Nice play there by him. Like you said, 16 steps ahead.
It's one of those things. I think actually mid lane we're seeing a bit of rotation. Never mind. Unless... Yeah, he's still fine, I think. Instead it'll raise Michael. Michael has no flame guard. He's used short range raise. Illich TP's in, and first blood will go to Alone. Okay then. That will be first blood going to the Zeus. Meanwhile, top lane they bring down Ari as well. Not quite sure how across map is this bad for TSM, but they have dropped 2 kills in rapid succession.
Yeah. Looks like just built up the Jingu stack, with the stun off on him, did a lot of damage with the Monkey King 7 auto attacks, doing a ton. So, zero armor hero punished pretty heavily.
Back to top lane, Knight has been avalanched under the Radiant top T1 tower. He's tossed back towards Saber Light. The tower's coming through. Mischief will get used, but it will not be enough damage. Stopped by the Mischief. Well, now it's 1 kill for TSM. Saber Light on the off lane, farming Phoenix on the board.
It was almost even worse as well. He tried to get the tree toss off onto the courier with the Glove of Haste on it, but didn't manage to connect that, unfortunately.
So one thing I do like is this is the first game all series where Alone has had an acceptable start. He's still not having a great mid lane, but game 1 and game 2 the lane did not go that well for him. Just playing recovery mode all series. I think this time around he might be in the spot to have a larger farm impact in the game. He's currently 4th in net worth, which is
well, tell me your theory. Why is it that Alone hasn't been having good games? Bryle simply better? Or...
I mean, TSM, they've been focusing him down. Mid lane Requiem from Bryle to escape the gank. He's feared away all 3. He's now running to the northwest towards Excel to turn to Alone. The 2 raise combo brings down Zeus. The 3rd raise over to Excel. Excel will die in 2 more hits. There's one. There's one. Oh, never mind. There's still a kill. Bryle gets 1. Ari gets 1.
Good start that Zeus had.
I stand corrected. Meanwhile, Moon Meander gets the double damage rune. Michael or Illich wanted to grab it, but of course they will not get it. It says Moon Meander manning up, but unfortunately in the 1v2, the wolf is now dead.
Yeah. Unfortunate. I mean, again, you feel a lot more powerful than you really are when you're the wolf, right? You want to run at heroes, you feel like you're melee, but you're still a crystal main, you're weak. The wolves of Icerak really not that swift.
I mean, it's like, isn't this the strongest part of her game, though? If she's not strong now, then why is she picked so much? That's the problem. She's good. We know she's good. The stats say she's good. The eye test says she's good. But then you watch her and she dies.
I just see a wolf and I expect it to be tankier and have, like, you know, sick auto attacks.
I mean, the graphics are pretty sick for the auto attacks. They do very little damage, but they look like they do damage.
They really do. Did you ever play Warcraft 3?
Oh, yeah.
You remember the old Riley attacks in that game?
Oh,
it was like
sick.
the glowing orb thing. Those things look ridiculous. They weren't sick. They look so funny.
Wait, Over to bottom lane. Pudge dismembers Mr. Illich. In comes along with the rotation. Sprout, out pops the Treant, summoned by the Nature's Prophet. But it seems like nobody's dead yet. Move Meander. Thought Tomato went for a hook on him, but instead he will get run down. But wait, yeah, he'll get run down by the Nature's Prophet Treants. You know what I missed from Dota 1? I missed the old axe. I don't know why. I thought the axe was cool in that game.
Yeah.
Like the hero axe. Mogul Khan. That looked cool.
Yeah. Do you remember the fun names that they had for them? Mogul Khan, touch this.
I like the ones where they mentioned like players. Wait, mid lane, fight in the river. Alone is tossed up, brought down, and the hero of Merlini will fall to Bryo Shadowfiend, the one of Yafets. And with two references at once, we now see TSM look for more kills. Michael will get away. Meanwhile, bottom lane, it's Crystal Maiden tanking damage from the Lich. Wrath of Nature comes through, and Tomato will die to Nature's Prophets. So a lot of action across the map. We're not done yet. Back to middle lane. Ari, correction, he's just walking away slowly and surviving.
Bryle, meanwhile, will farm up the camps of the dire biangle, as I like to call it.
Oh, okay. There somehow the raindrops save Moon Meander. The raindrops have saved Moon Meander. We have confirmed it.
Yeah, drops the laugh line. Very cool. Yeah, this is why you buy your raindrops. This item feels more value than ever right now. I'm going to be honest. I see this picked up on every roll, every game.
Well, the raindrops will not save him this time. Michael eventually secures the kill that alone could not get from long range. So I'm interested in, Tomato's got this 1-4-1 skill build. He's tanking some damage right now. There's 3 Thunder Awaken heroes in the bottom lane. Hook from long range! Oh my! Beautiful play from Tomato. It's a beautiful game going on right now. Illich will attempt to TP away, but he'll die to the rot damage. Over to Michael. He's running away, but he's running into, well, a Bryle Shadowfiend, raising him down to the ground. 2 kills for the side of TSM. And we've seen Thunder Awaken doing some great aggression in the last few minutes, but just like that, the game has turned entirely. TSM have taken a 1K gold lead.
Yeah, look at that. Is Tomato the next Dendy? I think so.
Maybe. He's good. He's good at Dota too. He's good at Punch.
Oh, that was a sick hook. I thought there's no way that one landed. That looked like an illegal hook. I'm gonna be honest with you. We're gonna wait a second. We have a referee. You're the referee.
Over the top lane before we referee the hook. We see Moon Meander drop to Illich in the night. Think about it. He's breaking the laws. If I'm not enforcing the laws on illegal hooks, he'll get away with it. Yeah. I'm not enforcing the misdemeanor on Tomato here. Misdemeanor for illegal hook bending.
Yeah. I think actually Admin Blaze was forced to come out of retirement one more time now that Admin Badger is casting this game.
He was like, hey, you want me to admin the rest of the games? I was like, yes, please. Yes, please.
Yes, please.
I get the focus now.
I'm sure you were focused. You're doing great, buddy.
I was focused, but meanwhile, bottom lane, speaking of focusing, Tomato's going to focus on his escape. He has 2 points in Flesh Heap ready to go, and the threat of his teammates TPing in will ensure Thunder do not complete that kill.
Yeah. He will finish this one off. I do like that. Tomato's game is maybe a little bit slower than he would like. Actually, 4.2k now. He's not that much slower than he wants. I like that he's going for the Vanguard, though. Rather than going... We've seen a couple of safe lane Pudges go straight for, like, Aghanim Scepter or something recently. And it feels like they just aren't able to fight because of it.
Meanwhile, Thunder Awaken flood into the bottom lane. They're getting straight to a bit of a dive right now, but the TP's in from TSM. Freezing Field hook from Tomato. They bring down Excel, and the remainder of the team will scatter, running to the north, away from the TSM Vanguard. They want nothing to do with this main body of their offense right now, and just like that, we're back to farming.
Yep.
Dire's top tower.
The top tower ends up getting cleared out by the catapult. Unfortunately, Knight isn't there in time to deny. He tried to get on top of the Primal Spring as quick as possible, but Siege Creep too strong.
It truly is.
One of the most powerful of the creeps.
Nah, I was gonna ask you. I'm gonna ask anyways. I have a really dumb question. If you could play as a siege unit, would he be the weakest hero in the game?
Oh, first of all, there's no stupid questions, just stupid people. I want you to remember that.
All right, so
now repeat the question.
Okay, if you could play as a siege unit, would he be the weakest hero in the game? Would he be stronger than? Would he be stronger than some of the weakest heroes in the game?
Heroes? No, he'd be stronger than every hero as a siege unit. You just keep him. You don't have inventory slots, man, and someone could just Midas you.
They will give you inventory slots.
Okay,
we'll get
if
them
you were
the 5
sieging
barrel
it
or
with
2.
inventory slots, you would be so bust. Would you have stats as well? Like a hero?
I don't know. Give them like 1.5 stat growth. Why not? Like actual hero stats.
Okay, and you can have items.
Yeah, you just don't have you don't have abilities. You have right clicks only.
I don't know. It still sounds really. You know, you have fortified armor, right?
Oh yeah,
And
you're
you
right.
do, like one-shotting towers once you get like any items. That'd be so sick.
We're seeing Dismember on Gyrocopter, by the way, as supports have gone into the Radiant Pike. Mercifully ending our conversation.
Oh,
Moon
the
Meander comes
raindrop
in as
saves
well. The
him from
raindrop
Moon?
saved Excel, but it's temporary. He'll get right-clicked down by the
get the
wolf from
+1.
long range.
Yeah, how dare you distract me with that conversation? You're supposed to be keeping me on track here. Well, what was that all about, Patrick? Come on.
You're renowned for your focus in these guys, so I apologize for ruining your cast.
Right.
I
just want to play Dota as a siege unit now.
See, I've gotten you to think. Possibly a dangerous exercise, but we've made positive progress on our cast. Right now, as it currently stands, though, TSM, they have this moderate lead. It's 2K at minute 13. They're only up by 1 kill. They're playing the map farm-wise pretty well. They're looking to take over the western part of this dire jungle, forcing Knight to the eastern part and perhaps the bottom lane. And if he goes there eventually, it seems like TSM are very content to fight bottom. They fought around this T1 tower multiple times. And Thunder Awaken, they're also fine with going bottom. They want to finish this tower. They really want to kill it.
Yep. Orchid now completed on the Nature's Prophet, by the way. This will make it much easier to move around the map, find these kills. Getting on top of almost anyone is going to be a charm. Thankfully, SF almost a Hurricane Pike that'll be able to get him at least away from this Nature's Prophet when he goes for kills. He's also still holding on to a single Tango. So, potentially potential escape there before the Hurricane Pike gets sent out to him, which he'll have in another 300 gold.
Well, the fight breaks out at the eastern part of the Radiant Jungle. Orchid on Saber Light. Thunder Awaken focusing down before there's no spells coming out there. But a hook again from long range on Knight. He has the Wukong. So right now, TSM are losing the fight. Their tower is dead. There are no more TPs. Alone, unleash the Thunder God's wrath to bring down Ari. Tomato will attempt to eat up the gyro, but inevitably he will perish. That's a 3-kill streak there for Thunder Awaken. TSM get nothing but walking away with sadness.
Yeah, it doesn't bode well for them. Dropping these fights early on, especially when you have a Pudge on your team. I mean, they'll start running away with this game with heroes like Zeus, Monkey King. And things will pick up around the 50-minute mark on the Gyro Cup. Actually, never mind. I don't think he has his Aghanim Shard yet.
Yeah, he is also in the courier right now. I don't think it is, though.
No,
yes,
he doesn't
it's
have
an observer
enough
ward.
gold. He's only got like what, 2,400 net worth. Sad, man's poor.
Seems like Illich is fine. Saberlight's going on over, but
Not gonna be able to.
not quite enough damage.
I don't think he'll dive up onto this one.
So one good thing about the Pudge being as underfarmed as he is TSM actually have a mid laner who can play the one role farm-wise in that Shadow Fiend of Bryle. He can be the primary building hitter.
Yeah.
He can be the primary damage dealer with the right clicks. And as long as Tomato and Saberlight can keep the team fight apparatus going, then it'll be fine. The problem is, even though TSM are in a pretty good spot, it doesn't need to do something. You can't just sit back and do nothing. The burden execution is on them to win this Dota game. Where Thunder Awaken, if they play equally well and do nothing, they'll eventually win by attrition.
Yep. Burden of execution is never fun. Double damage rune and haste on Shadow Fiend. It always feels incredible when you get these two runes. Unfortunately, he's not going to be able to make anything happen with this one.
He's hitting the creeps. He is enjoying hitting the buy camp.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps they'll walk top and hit some more creeps.
With a lot of enemies up there, I'm not sure something he wants to do.
He's got a haste rune and a Hurricane Pike. Perhaps he's feeling bold. I would be emboldened if I were Bryle.
Yeah. TSM
I am also not Bryle.
Are so good at playing the middle of the map. Like, even when they're losing, like team fights, they never give up their mid tower. It is sick.
Radiant's top tower
But I don't think anyone's going to defend their top tower. This one not nearly as valuable. It's a very powerful siege creep. Putting in work here.
Naturally, though we are seeing the rotation through, TSM want to at the very least avenge their tower, perhaps even keep it alive. Ari leads the way, has no Blinkdagger, but has a Tumbler's Toy. Michael's on the west side, Excel's on the north side, they're both running away.
Pig pulled.
And it seems like
He's
there's
gonna
no
be
way. There's no way he gets away with this, right? There's no way. Yeah, he'll get frostbitten, hook from Tomato. There we go. They get at least one kill on Michael. If Michael actually escaped that would have been getting away with very illegal activity.
That would have been hard. I think it was possible there if he got like the sleight of fist off as soon as the hook came out from D'Amato. Because you can get the sleight of fist before he can activate Dismember onto you. And then he could like activate Remnant and then activate Remnant again.
Could he shift Q Dismember and make sure it's guaranteed, or is the animation too long on it?
He moved into the fog there, so it would have canceled the shift Q.
I see.
As the hook was pulling him in. But yeah, the animation on it, I believe, is too long. You need to like animation cancel and then do it. If you have an Aether Lens, you can do it.
Ooh, wait, they've caught Knight. They killed his tree. He's temporarily stunned. He'll Boundless Strike on 2. He'll bring down Ari before he... Wait, he's not dead. He's now finally dead. Meanwhile, we see Excel dying. So across the map, it's a 2 for 2. See Phoenix and Tiny for Gyro and Monkey. Really chaotic in terms of that fight. Moonmeander dead? Seems like he's dead. He's being remnanted upon. Wrath of Nature comes through just for good measure. Sleight of Fist will... Correction. Thunderbolt will do it.
Yeah, that'll finish one of them off though. Moonmeander killed and Awaken now up 2k net worth. Michael...
Perhaps he'll be back to 1k net worth with this kill, and never mind, it's still a solid 2k net worth.
Look, that's
for
a
Thunder
pause
Awaken.
for the Emperor's Pact. Come on, that ain't worth anything.
It says 249 plus 104. That's a solid, you know. That's,
all right,
that's
that is a number.
353 gold. Yeah, that's gold.
Yeah.
That's literally gold. That is an entire 353 more than no gold enough.
Yep.
What's Bryle up to item-wise now? Is that a Scotty's buying or a Lincoln Spear? What is that? It's a Manta style. Okay. I saw the orb. But this is going to be a Manta, which is actually quite nice this game. There's a lot to purge. There's obviously the Orchid on Illich. There are the chains on Michael. If he's feeling real bold and adventurous, you can say Manta dodge the missile from Excel, or even the Boundless Strike from Knight. There's a lot of options there.
Bottom lane, Ari doesn't have his Blink Dagger, but they're trying to set up onto Tumbler Ties.
Avalanche, Toss, Requiem. That's a lot of damage. Meanwhile, top lane, see a missile going in on Saberlight. They want to bring down the Phoenix as well. He's low on HP, still have Supernova and a Eul's available. Excel shows some space, he'll call it down. Sunray comes through. Now Strike will cancel. Moonmeander has fallen. Saberlight remains low, but he remains alive. He'll use Supernova. Thunder Awaken to focus it down.
Ooh.
Down goes Saber, Chad, and Tomato. Ooh, TP just in time.
Yeah, nice try there by Alone, but not going to be able to connect with that one, unfortunately.
Ooh, this is... If you're a TSM fan right now, this is definitely a tense situation.
Yep.
You have all your hope in Bryle right now, because Saberlight's game is slowed down, Tomato's game is slowed down, and it's almost the exact opposite situation to what's happened in the last 2 games. Where Thunder Awaken, they were pretty poor except for one overwhelming core being the Knight carry in both games. This game, the overwhelmingly farmed core is Bryle, and his team really is not that farmed. So, again, Bryle, one of the premier middle laners of the entire world. Certainly one of the better players to put in the situation, but it's certainly a hard one. A lot of time on the shoulders right now.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to rely on a mid lane to carry a game, Bryle is one of the people for the job, to be sure. I just don't think that SF is an amazing hero for it. Like, SF can pop off, but he definitely falls off as the game goes on.
No doubt. He's going to need a lot of control from his team.
He's no Siege Wagon after all.
That is true. Top lane E-Blade on Tomato. TP in by Illich. They focus down the carry Pudge. The fight continues. Saberlight dives in, dives away. Illich will BKB. Meanwhile, it's time to run for TSM. Moonmeander has already fallen. Bryle pump fakes the Requiem. He wants to perhaps catch them on a fake retreat, but he turns the fake retreat into a real retreat. 2 for 0 for Thunder Awaken.
Not bad. And they move up with the triangle, try to take control of that one immediately afterwards. Not going to put any vision down after they move up through the triangle, though, just due to the fact they know they aren't going to be able to continue to control it. So move out afterwards. It's possible that when TSM move through it, they end up dropping some sentry wards and get baited out. Well, they're going to TP back in the mid lane. Again, still holding his tower. Just makes it so much easier for them to like continue to fight into them, even after they lose fights inside the triangle. They're so good at playing the center of the map. TSM, ultra ownage gamers.
It's one of those things
really
where
touch too.
yeah, they have a very particular strategy. I mean, this is a strategy that got them to second place at the Stockholm Major, and they have 4 out of 5 of that exact team.
They were winners in my heart.
They were winners in my heart
They
too.
ran through the
Unfortunately,
upper bracket. They played the entire EU DPC in like 2 days.
and they had a winning record in those series, but unfortunately, what can you do?
Yeah. The only reason
Ari blinks
EU
in,
won
speaking
is
of
because
EU,
TSM
toss
let
over Zeus, who comes through from Knight. Zeus is dead. They've lost alone. Thunder Awaken around the run. Requiem comes through, fearing away 3 heroes. Knight is manning up. Michael dead. Excel dead. 3 down for Thunder Awaken. And TSM are still there as 5. Knight's man fighting with the Jingu, but they'll get brought down. TSM a 4-0, and we were starting to have concerns with their game state. And just in one big team fight, they turn it around, neph.
and they're not done with that. They do it to Roshan, who has an adorable Santa hat on, by the way.
I actually want to point out, I want you to zoom in on the death of Roshan. Look at the Santa hat physics. This is a very important detail. Because when he dies, I think somebody had to have programmed in specific Santa hat physics. You're going to see what I mean here when he dies in about 2 more seconds. Watch the Santa hat. Look.
No.
Oh no, it went into the rock. It went into a rock.
It just disappeared off my screen when I was in showcase view.
It went into the. See, if you look at it, if Roshan was over here instead, died in the river or over here, it would have fallen on the ground and had like Santa hat stuff. But instead, it disappeared into the rock. What a tragedy.
Unlucky. I'm sure the programmer is incredibly sad. I'm sure somebody worked very hard on that one.
No doubt about it, but.
Shout out to whoever did the Santa hat at Valve, by the way. You're doing God's work.
Absolutely. Shout out to the Santa hat guy.
All right, they're not. I mean, they managed to bring it back a little bit. They get themselves at the Aegis. They have pipe completed on the Pudge as well. This item is more value than ever after they nerf Wraith Pact to it. Do you have any idea how much magic this thing gives you? I was going up to Ricky about it.
Yeah, you keep going up. I'm gonna watch Excel die. You put Excel dying on your screen. You talk about pipe. What's about on pipe now?
Okay, yeah, Excel's dead. Footnote on this game. Okay, this thing used to give you like 20% magic resist and then 10% in AoE, and then somewhere along the line they ended up just like giving you a base 30% magic resist and then like give you the aura as well. So Pudge's magic resist right now is just up to 64%.
That's a lot.
Thanks to, I mean, it's partially due to the Nether Shawl. You get like a little bit, like another 10% from the Nether Shawl. You're like 50-something% with just the pipe alone's going to be able to make it out there.
Good jukes, good jukes. Correct idea from TSM. They were in the right place at the right time. Just a little bit off to the right. Alone's a little bit to the left. And it's the little things in Dota sometimes. You know, Dota's a game of inches. It's the little margins that define the Dota game. Well, back to the Dire Jungle. At the outpost area, Michael and Ari are in a bit of a no-see-do. Man fighting up. Illich TP is in. Balance strike on Tiny. And Saberlight will understandably leave him to die. R.I.P. Ari. He will now gather moss for a full 40 seconds.
As rocks do.
Not a Rolling Stone, though. Not a Rolling Stone. Merely inanimate rocks.
Right. Let's take a look at items people are building up right now. Going for a nullifier right now on the Nature's Prophet.
Interesting.
What is this one? I mean, it'll stop Force Staffs from being able to save people at the very least. Now, I believe it dispels Force Staffs and the Yule Scepter that the Phoenix has. However, it does not stop the self-pushback from Hurricane Pike.
Does it, it cannot purge Flesh Sheep, correct?
Correct. Non-dispellable. Yeah. That stuff is just attached to the Pudge.
I guess it's that powerful.
Yeah. But it is going to counter out the Yule Scepters that a lot of people are going for right now.
Over to mid lane. What's going on mid lane? Ari's tossed in alone. Oh, God, the damage from Bryle.
I had missed that completely, but again, the man's got the Daedalus.
He died in 2 shots, Neff. He was tossed in by Ari, and Bryle's like, you know what? I don't want my Zeus to be on the enemy team anymore. I want it to be dead.
He's gone for the damage per soul on the Shadow Fiend as well, so man is up to 140 bonus damage from Necromastery on top of the damage he's got from Daedalus. He is just going to be like 2-shotting everyone. I don't think anyone can actually stand their ground against him, other than maybe the Monkey King underneath his ultimate. That one got buff on the most recent patch, right?
Has fallen.
I believe so, yeah. Wait, is Michael actually? Okay, Michael did not
The
die.
earlier levels. The earlier levels got a buff. And the cast point was improved as well. I think he just dies to that thing as well.
We almost watched Moomian or Soul kill Michael, but Michael, I mean, he had a defensive round. He was fine.
Yeah.
If you got that kill, though, I would have been very happy about it. It would have been very hype.
So, back to playing around Dota right now on Thunder Awaken. Thankfully, I think that they deal with this, or TSM doesn't deal with the Nature's Prophet as well as they did in the previous game.
Ooh, if they kill Saberlights, it's a hard kill to get. He has a Yules and he has Supernova, of course. But they want it. They have the extra damage from the other guy's Wrath from long range to bring into this, but...
You could do it. I think given enough attack speed, thinks the Hyperstone that Monkey King's carrying, but they don't go for it. Maybe they feel like...
meanwhile, bottom lane, they caught him temporarily, but...
Yeah.
You know, so there was some good micro there from the Shrians, making sure that the Pudge could not get there in time. He still was not even close to getting there in time, but...
Missed the beginning of that one, but yeah, it looks like Ari was holding onto the toss to be able to interrupt a TP, so he's supposed to TP then TP out. Excel.
He's not going to be so lucky. Avalanche, the right clicks. No crits from Bryle, but apparently crits not needed in the 4v1.
Yeah,
He's
not
dead for a full
necessary when you
40.
have this much damage.
We've lost the second life, by the way. Aegis has expired, so I will not be in play for at least the next 3 minutes, possibly longer, depending on when Roche wakes up from his slumber.
Yeah. Working on a Satanic now to be able to stand his ground while he fights. The only stuns that they have are Homing Missile and Boundless Strike, which I don't think are going to be enough to bring him down. So as long as he's alive and continuing to attack people, he'll be fine. Pudge does not have Aghanim Shard in order to save him right now, but again, he can keep him alive with the
Avalanche, the toss, the chain stun. They brought down the Ember. He does have a buyback. T3 is already dead. Does Monkey have a TP? Okay, Monkey does have a TP. He's ready to return at any time.
I don't think that time is going to be able to keep his Rack alive. Unless they pop the Fortify right now, no, they don't bother.
Guess they will sack the racks. So you know what? Mid racks, not that important. We're only down 1 racks. We'll be patient. Perhaps we'll wait for Ember to respawn.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And there is no wave coming in top. Problem is there's still creeps there in middle lane. I think there was 1 wave maybe cut. Next one will be there in about 20. Oh, Avalanche, toss. There in the gyrocopter of Excel. Excel is already dead. Hook will miss. Wrath is unleashed from Zeus, but it's time to run. Gyro buys that. You got in the tower. It's time to get away before Thunderwaken can fight. And they will get away. A good escape there from TSM. They get everything and they lose nothing.
Yeah, Gyrocopter is forced to buy back. You force the ultimate out of Zeus. Zeus doesn't have near enough damage at the moment. Again, this pipe is putting in some significant work. It really feels like they can't even hurt Tomato with magic damage at this point.
And they're trying. They're casting a lot of spells out. He's just not dying.
Yeah.
Dire's top barracks.
At the very least, you know, he's got the Aghanim Shard on alone, so he's doing percentage-based damage with Pudge, which I think is the majority of what he's taking right now.
Going in on Pudge. Avalanche hits onto both will BKB. Wukong's comes in from Night. Saber pops the Supernova. Dire trying to kill it. It's half HP, quarter HP, already dead. TSM they lose 1, but they've killed 2. Bryle will Manta, not dodging missile, but Michael's forced to remnant away. And with no Monkey, and with no Nature's Prophet, they both lack a buyback. TSM, they don't know that. They do not know there are no buybacks. It's a lack of gold on both of them.
Yeah,
But
unfortunately,
they poke for tier 4s.
yeah, there's nothing to be gained here other than going for the tier 4s and trying to end. So that is what Bryle is going to try to do. Tier 3 bottom racks being defended by the fact that tier 2 is still standing. The wave is pushed too far in for them to go back and try to defend it. So they're going to try to close the game. The Fortify will do a lot of damage to Moon Meander here,
Oh,
but
the Avalanche!
oh
everybody!
my
Michael's
God.
already dead. Alone's dropping as well. He'll E-blade himself, but the raises the damage. Ember buys back. Alone to fall. Gyro and Zeus, they have no buyback. Michael will not die in time. Ryle's dodging the fountain. He wants the full wipe. He gets the full wipe. And just like that, team at solo mid, they are going to defeat Thunder Awaken 2-1.
TSM coming in clutch, and Bryle,
He dropped some items even.
well, were those Mantles of Intelligence? What were they?
I don't know, but we can check at the player items thing at the end of the game.
Yeah.
We can check what he's purchased.
Oh my, TSM victory. I mean, game 2 got a little bit silly.
It's
We got to
Mantles.
see- Mantles? Yeah, okay.
It's Mantles.
Of course it was Mantles of Intelligence. Definitely having fun with this one. God. TSM. I mean, congratulations to them for moving forward, winning the upper bracket semifinals here, and it is going to be the first team to move forward. They got very silly with it. They ended up building Bloodstones. We saw Radiant's Viper. I gotta say, I am a big fan of it, but definitely, I think dropped a game because of the Bloodstone Razor, Bloodstone Viper. Maybe it isn't as strong as Reddit would have you believe, Badger.
Man, TSM. I mean, this is a situation where I think going into the tournament, they were expected to be, top 3 with the new EG and the new Beast Coast. No offense, but I mean, they're definitely now secure. They're not secured in the top 3. I mean, they're guaranteed at worst case scenario. If they lose every single game for the rest of the tournament, they're top 3. And at this point, they're now waiting in winners finals for the winner of our next series. Evil Geniuses taking on Nouns.
That one is bound to be an absolute banger of a series if the coordinator doesn't simply go down.
But today's not even Tuesday.
Today's not even Tuesday.
It's a Wednesday, I think. Yeah, today's a Wednesday.
Today is indeed a Wednesday. Let me...
All right, we need to reload our Dota. I don't think we have an interview.
That is correct. We do not have an interview.
Dang.
Unfortunately, just due to the fact that all this is set up last minute, I'm not going to be able to pull an interview off with the players. So I'll just shoot the manager a message and let him know that that one isn't happening. But that is going to be it for our first series.
Yeah, I mean, it was a fantastic series. My name is Badger. I'm joined by neph, and we'll see you again very soon for Evil Geniuses taking on Nouns.
That is going to be it. Stay tuned, everyone. We'll have an update for you shortly. See you soon.